Do you want to make your illustrations more authentic and personal? After experimenting with different brushes, textures, and styles, I discovered a few simple techniques that I now use for all of my illustrations in Procreate. Hi, my name is Claire. I'm an illustrator and lettering artist. I create things using the iPad, but also by hand. I've been making custom illustrations for businesses for the last 5 years. And I also make greeting card designs, recipe designs, chalkboards, and more. I actually only started using the iPad about 2 years ago, and I struggled quite a bit to make it work for me. I realized that what I was missing is that kind of handmade feel that's full of imperfections and textures, and that's part of your personal style. After lots of experimenting, I figured out a way to reintroduce this into my work in Procreate and make sure that what I create feels much more personal. If you're not sure where to start with textures and how to use them in your work, this class will help you out. You'll learn how to give your illustrations a personal touch by using textures, but also how you'll be more confident in experimenting with this in your artwork. We're also going to work on a project together, and we'll start with the photos and inspiration and then turn all of that into graphic shapes. We're then going to use different textures and add details to finish up our final illustration. I wanted to create this class so you can understand a bit more of the why behind illustrations with textures. I believe it really helps to understand not just the what or the how of an illustration process, but why we take certain steps and what kind of result that creates. Learning this will help you make better decisions in your work, and it will help you develop your personal style. Even though we're going to focus on using Procreate, you can easily follow these steps in another software. If you want to use Adobe Fresco or Photoshop or even work by hand, that's totally fine. If you're going to follow along in Procreate, some basic knowledge will be really helpful. Also, if you're an experienced illustrator and you're not sure where to start with textures, or maybe you're much more used to working by hand, this might be a really good class for you. So let's get started.